Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? So Canelo Alvarez apparently has made an announcement today. There was some reports a few days ago saying that today, February 13th, it's a Tuesday, that Canelo Alvarez would make an announcement as far as important events surrounding his career. And most people assumed that it was going to be the rollout for this year. His two fights, we know that he fights in May, Cinco de Mayo, and then Mexican Independence in September. And multiple sources are reporting that Canelo Alvarez will be fighting Jermall Charlo on May 4th, Cinco de Mayo weekend. And that's wild. Fighting not just two brothers, but the Charlo twins back to back is wild. Now I know he brought up Jermall Charlo, two weight classes. Former undisputed champion at 154, brought him up, beat him, unanimous decision. A lot of people criticized Jermall Charlo for his performance, said that he didn't go in there to actually win. He didn't go for the gusto. He didn't let his hands go. He fought scared. He gave Canelo too much respect. And he sold his pride for a check. I wouldn't disagree with any of those things, right? But nonetheless, it's a victory for Canelo Alvarez, and he fought, even though it wasn't under the circumstances that we would have liked, he fought a guy that we've been wanting him to fight for years. Now, Jermall Charlo, the guy that was more consistently paired with Canelo as far as them making a fight, because keep in mind, both the Charlo twins and Canelo were all at 154 pounds together at one time. Both Charlos were champions in that division at the same time. Canelo had been a champion. I believe he had been unified champion at 154. So these guys got history. These are fights that we've been talking about for years. And Canelo Alvarez at 33 years old is like, hey, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all want to see me fight David Benavidez. I know y'all want to see me fight, Archer Beterbiev at 175, even though Canelo already became undisputed at 168, cleaned out the whole division. He didn't fight David Benavidez yet, but, if we keeping it 100, man, that's really David Benavidez's fault, because Canelo wouldn't have been able to be undisputed without fighting him had he held on to his title, had he not failed the drug test for cocaine, had he not lost his title a second time on the scales. You dig what I'm saying? So that's David Benavidez's fault. But that's neither here nor there. Canelo is like, hey, these the Charlo twins. Y'all been wanting to see me fight these dudes since forever. And for Canelo to not fight just one, to double back around and fight the brother back to back is fucking wild to me. But look, let me say this. I wasn't super impressed with Jermall Charlo's performance versus Jose Benavidez. It was a smaller guy coming up. This guy had never fought at 168 before. I don't think Benavidez had fought beyond 160. He had just moved up to one. He had just, fought Danny Garcia at 154. You know what I'm saying? So, I wasn't super impressed with that performance. But you got to take everything into consideration. You look at the fact that Jermall Charlo he was coming off a long layoff, 2 years, 2.5 years, almost 3 years. And, he went out there, he let his hands go. Excuse me, y'all, over here trying to get some work done. He let his hands go. He showed the offense. The defense, of course, was a little sluggish because you had that layoff. That's what inactivity do to you. He wasn't as sharp, but as the fight went on, he started to, kind of find a groove. His jab looked nice. He looked strong, but we don't really know what he's gonna look like versus a true 168 pounder like Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed champion. And it's gonna be interesting to see what Jermall Charlo looks like after getting a fight in and seeing if he knocked off some of that ring rust. But again, you fighting Jermall Charlo. I will say this: I think that Jermall Charlo is more game in regard to fighting in the pocket, letting his hands go, taking risks, taking chances. I think he's a little bit more game in this fight because thinking about the size, thinking about the fact that he is a naturally big guy. I don't think he's gonna be as weary or as worried about Canelo's power and afraid to exchange and take some of those shots. I think you will see Jermall Charlo open up a little bit more than Jermall Charlo did and actually try to win. But I know this ain't the fight that everybody wanted to see Canelo Alvarez in. But I think it's still a good fight. I think Jermall Charlo still has a chance. How much of a chance do he have? That's yet to be seen. I know that after Canelo beat Jermall in the ring post-fight, he said, nobody beats this Canelo Alvarez. That let me know Canelo feeling good. He feeling confident. He feeling strong. He done got over that hand injury. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from Canelo Alvarez in the ring skillfully. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. How y'all feel about Canelo Alvarez and Jermall Charlo fight at this point? Do you think Jermall Charlo has a chance? What do you think about Canelo fighting two twin brothers back to back, the Charlo twins? He might not be fighting the guy that you want to see him fight right now, but he crossing names off the list. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Contender regime boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.